Hello again, happy Friday, and welcome back to Indie Music Gems. You know the drill if you were here for last week's episode. I spent the last 7 days listening to a bunch of independently produced music that was posted over to the Indie Music Feedback community on Reddit, and I've come back with a bunch of interesting, unique, amazing tracks that I think you should be listening to. The links for all these tracks will be posted down in the description below, so with all that stuff out of the way, let's get started. Kicking off the day with Kaleidoscope Eyes by Framing Skeletons, the first ever metal track that I've actually done for the show, and for good reason. Just the opening riff alone on this track is just absolutely brutal and kind of just blew me away. I get some Korn vibes from the guitar and the bass in this track, mainly just because the guitar moves from this sort of chunky power chordy sections to these single note haunting leads, while the bass is just super deep and thumpy and metallic. I really like the bass on this one. The drums are nice, snappy, clean, with the vocals kind of sitting in the middle of all the chaos. This one will definitely get you pumped, so I would say give it a listen. Check it out. Next up, we have Prisoner by Quo. Now, I'm not really sure what genre to call this one, but it's basically James Bond theme vocals meets a glitchy hip-hop beat, which results in a pretty unique sounding song that I actually quite enjoyed. The instrumentation on this one was rather big and spacious, with lots of fun textures scattered throughout the song. I thought that the production on the whole was actually quite good on this one. The vocals were super passionate and powerful, reminiscent of Skyfall, like I mentioned. I kind of think this is one that you're going to have to hear to believe, so definitely check this one out. Moving right along, we have Looks by Performer. Now, this one has a super fun groove to it and sort of a classic throwbacky feel that I really enjoyed. I could picture the song being played in like a movie diner scene, so it has a really fun vibe to it. The vocals are super dreamy, the synth hooks are really big and catchy, and the guitar is super funky. I'd say definitely check this one out. The links to this song and all the other ones in the video are down in the description. Go check them out. Up next, we're looking at Norman Plains by Arcadia Dragoons. This is just a really well executed indie rock song. The instruments are kind of layered on top of each other to achieve this really full and cozy sound. The song goes through various phases and transitions, each of them feeling new and fresh, although somewhat familiar, which I quite enjoyed. The track overall just had this kind of nostalgic feel to it. I couldn't help but picture something like Life is Strange when I was first listening to this one. I'd say check it out, give it a listen. Last but not least, we have Clementine by Sunny Headache. What sold me early for this one was the drums. They sort of have this harsh and offbeat feel to them, which sound like bad things when you're talking about drums, but it's actually quite intentionally done to create a sort of rushed and uneasy feel that I think really suits the track nicely. I enjoyed the lyrics on this one quite a bit and the sort of lazy delivery of the vocals, and the post-chorus bits had these really awesome piano breakdowns that I loved. Just the instrumental bits in general had this fun, jazzy feel to them that I think worked really well with the vocals. Check this one out. This one is pretty unique. I think you might like it. That about does it for this week's episode of Indie Music Gems. Go check out all these tracks. Let me know if you found anything new that you love. In addition to the track links down in the description, I'll be posting a Spotify playlist that has all of the tracks from this week's episode as well as last week's episode, so be on the lookout for that. Alright, see you guys next week with some fresh new music. Have a good one.